Hi, and welcome to No Stove, No Oven, No Problem and Jessica Strife Fitness. We're in week 4 of our 5-week squat series. Today we're going to go over some kettlebell exercises. If you don't have a kettlebell or if your gym doesn't have one, no worries. You can use a regular dumbbell for these as well. I'm going to be using a 22-pound kettlebell. This guy right here. First, we're going to start with a kettlebell squat. So if you've never done kettlebell work before, or you have found through the other exercises that we have done during this 5-week series that you have a tendency to round forward, I highly recommend that you do these facing a wall. You're going to be about 4 inches away from the wall, and you should feel like you're awkward. Like you should feel like, oh, I don't want this wall invading my space. It's going to force you to sit back into your hips, and so that you don't round. I'm going to show you, obviously not with a wall because I'm outside at a park, but first few, if you haven't done these before, I highly recommend it. So we're going to just go through kettlebell squat. Feet are a little bit wider than the hips, outsides of the feet nice and straight, shoulders roll down and back, and you're going to squat down and then all the way up. If you can't get all the way down in your hips this low, that's okay. You can just work towards that. Again, finishing out the top, not just being shy of finishing. Actually squeeze those glutes forward. 10 just kettlebell squats. Nice deep breaths as always. And then we're going to go into a goblet squat. So goblet squat is going to change the exercise a little bit because you're going to change the way that you're holding the kettlebell. It does sneak in a few more squats, which is always good for us as trainers. You can confuse your clients a little bit. But it's also going to pull you forward a little bit more. So for this, you're going to take the kettlebell and hold it upside down. With weight, you would just hold the dumbbell part right through here. Same idea though. Shoulders again roll down and back, squatting down as low as you can get without rounding that back, down and up 10 times, always finishing your squat, squeezing up at the top, nice deep breathing. Also noticing where your feet are. If you feel like you're only in the outsides of your feet, try to glue those big toes down. 10 of these. Once you've done those 10, we're going to go to a swing. So a swing is a little more cardiovascular. You're going to do a halfway squat. It's a little like mini squat. Your hips are just going to extend back and then forward. It's almost like doing the bridges that we did in the month of January, where your hips just slightly move and then come forward. The swing is driven by the hips. So it's not your arms pulling up the weight, it's your hips swinging that weight forward. Explosive hips is what you want to think of. For this one, we're actually going to do 20. Twice as many, really going to challenge that cardiovascular system, and it's a great way to get some more inner thigh and glute work. So same hand positioning, shoulders roll down and back, hips go back, we swing forward, back and forward. You'll feel the weight become weightless at the top when it comes up to shoulder height. Shoulders stay down and back. Good, squeezing those hips forward as always. So this is really going to make you finish that squat. 20 of these, nice deep breaths. Using your abdominals as well, you'll feel it in your lower abdominals. Once you've done 20, you want to slowly come down, bending your knees, no rounding forward, keeping that nice flat back. So you have 10 kettlebell squats, 10 of our goblet squats, 20 swings. You're going to repeat that 3 times through, okay? And that's your addition, some weights to our squat exercises. Join me next week for some cardiovascular squats.